Welcome to No Match for a Blaster, a Star Wars role-playing podcast. Episode 1, Exposition. I'm your Jedi Master with Moral Ambiguity, and your host, Ito Davis. Before we get started, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out to try our podcast. It's sure to be a great adventure, and we're excited to share it with you. This is the first of what we hope is a long series of mishaps, shenanigans, tomfoolery, and on occasion heartfelt heroism. So the compressor's been bypassed, the coordinates are set, and without any further ado, it's time to engage the hyperdrive.
Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, in the wake of the destruction of the Hosnian system by the First Order, residents of the small moon of Hoban scrambled to escape the war zone. A strategic location otherwise occupied by simple nerf-herders, Hoban has played host to a military base in every major galactic war since the Old Republic. Can Remi, Drobash, and Camiya and Ceryss save their home from being collateral damage in the crossfire of yet another war? With politics in shambles, and powers beyond their reckoning all around, our heroes will find luck is no match for a blaster.
Okay, so we are on the good, wholesome, dry, rocky, your elbow on a dry day kind of planet, Hoban. It is Exodus Day 2 on Hoban. After the First Order made a big splash on the scene by destroying seven of the new Galactic Republic planets, thus crippling the largest placement of military in the galaxy at the moment. Old lines of war are starting to bristle as the First Order starts to move in, trying to recover and reclaim old Imperial space, coming from deep outer rim, past the outer rim. Yeah, among those planets and systems is the one that Hoban exists in. Hoban was a military outpost planet. A few generations back, the Empire set up a pretty big military installation on Hoban. It is a quiet, nerf-herding, rural kind of planet. Settlers came there, forever ago. Has no inherent original life forms on the planet. When the Empire came there were some growing pains, but eventually the Empire and the locals of Hoban, for the most part, got along better than other planets under Imperial rule. When the Galactic War really started to flare up, Hoban was one of the few places where there were actually Imperial officers and what's the word?
Enlisted?
Yeah, enlisted, who actually identified more with the Hoban people than upper brass. But of course, once the Death Star 2 was destroyed and word of Emperor's death spread, chaos flew through the ranks of the Empire. Of course, there was an uprising on Hoban. People who did not wish to fight for the Empire left, taking pretty much anything that would fly. The people who were loyal to the Empire were set a siege for 3 weeks by the local inhabitants of Hoban. And now, many, many years later, how many years passed?
30.
Are we 30?
Like 30 years.
30 years past the Galactic War. Most things have been scrapped, pulled apart, hodgepodge together, or sold. Military structures still scatter Hoban. The local community, without any real large resource, commercial interest, or political motions, things have quieted down. Hoban has been back to a sleepy settlement-style planet, but with the New Order starting to make motions again, people have gotten concerned that because the Empire felt that this planet was important enough to set up a military base, that the First Order will come back too. Most people have left in the moment called Mass Exodus 1, where anyone with enough money and resources and ships left as a massive group. This being the second Exodus day, there's a massive freighter in orbit offering transport out of the system. The population has dropped by about 2/3, and this will mark many places in Hoban becoming virtual ghost towns. Yeah. And that's where you guys find yourself on this day.
Looking out at a sea of nerf.
I mean, normally, yeah, that seems like a general... where we generally are. It's just like, oh, there's the nerfs. There they are again.
Did we name the main?
Yep.
Did we name the main city?
We did not.
I don't think we did.
Bobby's our big namer. So
Way to pass the buck.
totally. that's
Finger
what I
on
do.
nose. Who came up with the name Hoban in the first place? Curious.
You.
Was it me? Okay, that means it's your turn.
Damn it. That's how you get me. Golly. Yeah, I don't. I got nothing.
You can try to make Brandon do it.
Brandon, any suggestions?
The city in Hoban is officially known as Trading Outpost 7, but the
Yeah,
locals all call it.
I believe in you.
They call it New Isley. That's what they call it.
New Isley.
New Isley. Got it.
A lesser hive of scum and villainy.
Well, you know, been going downhill for a little while, it sounds like.
Okay. Brandon, is this the place where you were sheriff?
Where I was sheriff?
Mm-hmm.
No. My character is Remi, Drobash, and he, as as pointed out, is a marshal. He's actually the current marshal, but he's not from here, and he doesn't really talk about his past a lot. He doesn't really open up a lot, but the locals all kind of respect him because he tries to do the right thing, and he's a good sheriff, marshal, and he's a little crazy. He's quite a lot crazy. Has a bit of a split psyche, and yeah, so it's a little bit of like respect / fear he's got going on, and he has a little pet flying lizard thing that usually riding on his shoulder or kind of flying around him there.
What's it called?
He refers to it as Imp, but its full name is Lord Emperor.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick. Somebody roll me a percentile. Okay.
So this one falls on Remi.
This one falls on Brandon's bounty.
Ooh.
Brandon, refresh us. What's the deal with your bounty?
The deal with the bounty is that no one really knows. Okay, it's a big secret with
Yeah.
Remi. Okay, and basically the bounty is with the First Order. They put a bounty out
Ooh.
on Remi.
What'd he do?
Yeah, that's a secret.
All right.
You'll have to
Sounds good. All right.
learn as we go.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in obligations at the beginning of arcs, not every session.
Okay.
So I think right now, technically, you're all supposed to take 1 strain, except for Brandon. Actually, I need to start getting the habit of using the right names. Remi has 2 strain. Everyone else has 1 strain.
I feel already a little nervous today. I don't even know why.
Well, it's Exodus Day,
Sexist there.
and you had this thing you wanted to show me?
Yeah, I totally have this thing.
This better be good, Cassie. I came back from pilot school for this.
It's good. Don't worry.
So, location. You guys are in New Isley, the largest inn / bar cantina, because every story starts in a cantina, is shutting down. So it's like You essentially go in, you pay some money, you get drinks, and you essentially keep the glasses for free. And because the bartender's closing up shop after they close at like noon today, so everyone's in there drinking at like 9 a.m.
Oh man, how could you guys let this happen at this place? I leave for like a couple of years to go off to flight school, and I come back, and this is happening. This is a travesty.
Oh, this is my fault. Mm.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't here.
Just because I don't drink like you do.
Wait.
Exactly. You did.
Did you say you were in flight school?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's where you were.
Where did you think I'd gone?
Don't you remember seeing her off? We had like the big party. Did you not come out for that?
It's probably doing martial stuff.
He looks over at Imp, and Imp just looks back at him, and then he looks back, and he says, "I guess not."
I would have sworn you were there.
Is that the sound of Imp?
Well,
or is that the sound of the nerfs outside?
I think that's the nerfs. Imp is more of like in between like a. Well, he makes kind of like some type of bird sounds and some like hissing lizard type sounds.
Caw! Hiss. Caw!
I told you I didn't know she was a prostitute. Quit bringing that up.
Gonorrhea! Attention's on Camiya. Give me who you are and description.
Alright, Camiya is our hotshot pilot, just as she's mentioned already. Come back from her flight school, where she's had a very good time. She grew up here on Hoban, but her parents were both in the rebellion way back in the day. Her mom was from here, but her dad had to move here after the war. And, has settled in and fit in pretty nicely. Camiya, however, has always felt a little bit antsy and always loved all those stories about the war and about heroism, and really just wanted to get out there and do something better with her life. Loves her people and all, but she doesn't want to be a nerf herder. So she went out to go and learn a few things.
The family's actually pretty happy because they've been buying heads of nerf off of other families and stuff like that. So the workload has quadrupled. Assuming your family is staying. I assume that your family's trying.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
They're sticking around. They're ready here. They're fine. Family's not leaving. They're stubborn enough. This is where they're from. This is where they're going to stay. They weathered it out last time.
Through the Galactic War,
Yeah.
What could be worse than the Galactic War?
Nothing.
Only one planet and one moon got blown up last time. Did we actually get a physical description of Remi?
Nope. Would you like one?
Yes.
He's not quite 6 feet tall, but he's fairly tall. Dark, kind of wavy, shoulder length hair, kind of grizzled and a little bit of scruff going on. Wears a duster and hat with twin heavy blasters on each hip.
Ah, okay. Is he on the clock?
You'll have to ask him about that. No, but yeah, he is. He is.
Okay.
You'll have to ask it, but actually, yes. Camiya is she's young. She's low 20s, looks like, and has kind of longer sort of auburn hair that she's got up at the moment. She is she likes to wear clothes that give her a lot of breathing room. Very kind of loose and yes, shut up, Claire.
It's just one way to put it.
It is one way to put it. yeah, her clothes, they give her, some breathing room. She likes to be a little open. So they're nice long legs and probably some of her stomach showing, but it's how she's comfortable. She's lounging, looking confident, looking happy. Apparently lecturing and complaining that this bar is shutting down.
Cassie?
Cassie's a resident mechanic, not as flashy as the other two. You might not notice her in a crowd normally, except that this is sort of a town of humans. Certainly the Ceryss family farm is a family of humans, and she is a Mirielon. I mean, she has the green skin and like a matching pattern of diamonds on each cheek, and dark hair, because that's a thing that Mirielon people typically have. Her mother was adopted by the family because she was an orphan during the rebellion. Some of the Ceryss family fought in the rebellion. Some didn't. Some stayed and were nerf-herders. Because, we are a family of nerf-herders. So, yes, Camiya and I aren't technically blood-related, genetically speaking, but we are cousins. She's got a couple years on me. Let's see. She doesn't dress quite as comfortably as Cam does.
That's a way to put it.
Well, I don't want to shame her for it.
Yeah.
Cassie might. She's a little judgmental. But, yeah, she wears sort of dark clothes and kind of covers everything up. She's usually got tool belts. She's got a large cup of something that gives off that nice little CO2 sort of vapor because this is space drinking. And she's fiddling with something mechanical, trying to get it to work.
So Cassie's a little younger, correct?
Just like a couple years. She's like 20.
Okay, so yeah, I would think maybe Remi, for whatever reason, kind of looks out for Cassie whenever he can, whenever he sees her, he kind of, he's always friendly to her. And I would think Cassie has picked up on Remi's mental malady and, in her own way, kind of looks out for him too. Does that sound
Make
about?
Sure he gets home safe.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Well, also, the biggest problem since the Galactic War is the roving banditos, which have hit the Ceryss farm in the past. So
I hope that's what they call themselves, throwing...
Yeah,
no, they call themselves the Sandstorm.
I wanted them to be the roving banditos. Okay. We call the roving banditos.
Yeah, they have techno music coming out as they roll up.
They couldn't even have a guitar player on top of a very large vehicle. What
kind
of gang are they?
So you definitely know the Ceryss family, pretty well. There's a 911 comms channel that is they're back out here again. It's like, how many of them are there? There's like 7 of them. They're trying to nerf Russell. I'd say, okay, we'll come out. And you just gotta. Most of the time, you just fire a few shots in the air, and then they scoot off. And
the Ceryss family calls when they've got too many of their guns already still back home. There's at least 2 people in the Ceryss family who used to be in the rebellion, and they're country folks, so they're totally armed. But every now and then, there's too many of them, and they don't. And Ceryss folks don't want to risk it. A lot of the times, they've got younger members going out and actually shepherding, so they don't like to make them chase the bandits off with their...
Good old Papaw Ceryss sits on his porch with a long blaster musket.
He's got a musket?
Yeah, you have to screw on this lens device every time you shoot it. It's like one of those glass fuses you have to screw in there. He gets one shot.
Does he have a sombrero?
Is a Serapa.
Well, I mean, obviously, but can he have a sombrero as well?
A space sombrero?
Yeah, well, obviously, it would be I don't know what it'd do for you in space, but it would do a thing for you in space as well as on the ground, obviously.
It keeps out the star.
Yeah.
Don't you mean the sun? No.
Yeah.
They're stars. It's not the sun. It's the stars.
Yeah, I was thinking about this part, and you can edit this out if you want later. But instead of saying space stuff, right? Like space sombrero, we could say star sombrero, right? Because it's like
It is Star Wars.
right? Because it's Star Wars, Star Destroyer, Death Star, right?
Star
Fair
sombrero.
point.
Right?
Little Star sombrero.
The peace moon. You mean.
All right. Oh man, my space OK Cupid just changed to a star OK Cupid.
They've been
Gold
bought
Star,
out.
okay, Cupid.
Star grinder.
I'm not sure if that makes it better.
The answer might just be yes.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what you're into.
So yeah, a lot of the people that you guys kind of know are leaving. The people who have kind of stayed and they're deciding to like weather the storm are people who feel like the risk is worth the reward, like your family. They're picking up a lot of resources. They're picking up a lot of land. People who just want to get the hell off planet. They're depleting every ounce of cash that they have to buy up stuff. Friends and family and stuff like that. Not the friends. They're buying a lot of stuff off the friends and everything. It's spreading the family pretty thin, but if this works out, the family's going to be in a much, much, much more stable place. That is putting a little more demand on you to help out at the homestead and everything, though.
Who wants to stay there?
Dad's been asking me to come back to the farm again.
Yeah. He misses you.
Yeah, but like, oh god.
Oh.
So boring.
I need force dice.
Force dice.
Force
How many do we roll?
dice.
One each?
Everybody rolls one.
Force dice.
Don't I have a blank character? Don't I have a blank
Roll
character?
destiny.
Wow, we're starting out on the dark side.
How
Yep.
do you do that? Oh, right in the middle?
Yeah, the one in the
Yeah.
middle. So you just want to roll one white die. So instead of like looking at the destiny pool,
Aha.
yeah, the dice pool. Haha. Remi is
Light
light side.
Woo!
Success!
Okay,
Force
so I
is
do
not
have
incredibly with us today, but
I am one with the Force. The Force
All right,
is
so what do we have?
2 dark side and 1 light side.
2 dark side and 1 light side. And I actually get to...
And I was about to say, you didn't roll yet.
Nope, I did not.
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
That's better.
I'm going to... Okay, so you guys are in the Decanter Cantina.
I love it.
The force.
I
feels
kind
even.
of picture that as like, even though this is like not the like cool like best town or planet or whatever, like the owner of this place like collects different types of decanters from different planets and stuff, and so you get to see how like
Yep.
the different shapes and like colors and glass and cut and stuff.
There are
Fancy.
different kinds of military, like water bottles, jugs. Was it called KP?
Kitchen control.
Yeah. There are cups. There are ceramic cups. There are Durasteel cups. There are, there's a big old stack of Space Winn-Dixie cups. Like, and that's the thing is like he's just like I
I
can't
think you mean Star Dixie.
Star Dixie.
Yeah,
Star
Star
Dixie.
Dixie.
Cups. And that's the thing. He's like saying, like, come in, give me something for a cup. I'll fill it up for you. We're closing up shop at noon. There's a smattering of regulars. They're mostly those AM drunks. But there's also other people there that just have good memories of the place. That time you guys did Star Darts. That Star Dart tournament. There's people in there. Star horseshoes, Nerf shoes, whatever.
We stayed up all night for that sabacc tournament.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was out like the first round, but it was good. It was fun.
Oh, I would play you guys in sabacc so quickly. That game was terrible.
It's part of the world.
So yeah, just about a block over is the main pickup for the transport ship that's in Atmo.
orbit.
So there's this massive like dune-sized ship that is a massive transport ship that's taking people to the next big, like through a few galactic highway stops to one of the main hubs to send them everywhere. It's called the Marathon.
It's only good for about 20 some odd miles.
I just remembered that I hadn't rolled to see what my pocket change was. I have 7 credits.
Woo! That'll buy you a cup.
Camiya might be asking Cassie to cover her.
Coming home poor.
I was
What
at
happened to all your
school.
money? Yeah, but I thought Evie sent you cash.
Yeah. For tuition
Yeah?
stuff.
Yeah.
So you partied it away.
I never said that.
Yeah, you didn't actually have to.
Cassie,
I'm
please.
covered. Don't worry. What am I gonna do? It's like your first day back.
Yeah.
Like, leave you here? Your mom would kick my butt.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah, she would.
I mean, I had to get here, right? I had to fly all the way back. It's not like I have my own ship yet.
You say that.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Never mind. I
Um,
didn't say anything. I'll pay for you.
Wait, what, Cassie?
Nothing.
Or,
Isn't that the picture they keep the blue milk in on Tatooine?
is there a ship?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Where would I get a ship from? That's crazy.
I don't know. What was it that you wanted to show me?
A thing that's definitely not a ship. Of all the things that it could be, a ship is not it.
Uh-huh.
When you
Okay.
see it, you'll be like, that's not a ship. Right, Remi?
What?
Exactly.
Does Remi know what it is?
No.
Go!
That's terrible. Please don't do that.
Is Remi
I'll show you
is
when we're
Remi
done.
coming for this weird secret surprise?
Couldn't hardly send him away now. It'd be rude.
I know he is rude, but we're working on it. I promise. I'm trying to housebreak him, but it's not easy. It's just not.
That's...
Don't even talk to me about the biting. I know it's bad. You just
What
ow,
is
you
that?
mother.
No, use one of the curse words. Ito gave us expletives.
Oh yeah. There's 2 pages of cuss words.
There are pages of cuss words for us to use.
Okay, I'll try next time. Sorry.
Son of a blaster fits in that context. Hey, Brandon, how long has
Yeah.
Remi been on Hoban?
Let's see.
Like,
When was the last war here?
30 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not been here that long. Maybe like 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he an old man?
No, he's not old. Maybe like late 30s. So like, a 20-year-old female would probably think he was old, right? But he's not really
He's
old.
old to us.
He's old to us.
Exactly. It's kind of a quieter town, but I mean, occasionally there's the occasional riffraff. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
and there's those damn sandstorm that come around. But overall, it's not too bad. It's a low profile job here, and the locals kind of stay in line with very little to do with me. So yeah, it's not bad.
You hear like a speeder, like sounds like it's about to burn out an engine's tearing ass, and then you hear a crash kind of outside.
Cassie winces at the sound of the engine, but does leap up at the sound of the crash.
Oh man.
Somebody could be hurt. We're
Yeah.
player characters. We have to be heroic.
I hope she says something like someone could be hurt, and because Kamaya's like, yeah, sure, let's go see the crash.
Yeah, Cassie would say something like that. Someone could be hurt.
You guys go outside and you see that there is definitely like a 2-person speeder with a little bit of a hatchback version of a speeder, kind of curled, like the edge, the side of it's kind of curled around a bit of a beam of a light post, but like running from it towards the transport area is good old Sean Brushin. And he like has this little yippy kind of dog with him and like a suitcase, and you actually look on the back of the little hatchback speeder. You see a whole bunch of like blaster marks.
And what was this guy's name?
Sean Brushin.
Sean, what's good?
No time. Gotta go.
Look what he did to his speeder.
Huh?
Look what he did to his speeder. That's awful.
What's up, Sean? Happened.
Raiders that I'm saying a lot of cuss words.
Yeah.
Oh, let me find
you
my
gave us
thing.
the list.
I need to.
If only you'd given us a
Yeah.
list.
Crane, Farkled,
Yeah, Farkling.
Criff, Krong.
Scroggin.
Scroggin.
Siffin?
I like snarking.
Those snarking raiders out there. They're going crazy.
The Raiders are snarking? Oh boy, those guys.
Crink sounds oddly racist.
What are they doing?
Huh?
What are they doing?
They're going crazy. They see everybody going towards the transports today because it's Exodus Day, and they've been trying to waylay people. I got a late start. I gotta go. My spot's gonna get filled up.
Man, I can't believe how many people are just cutting and running. All right, come on.
I mean, I know this was like a crappy like T13 speeder, but
Thought you were gonna say a crappy planet.
well,
It's that too, but it's our crappy planet.
Yeah.
When you say, come on, Remi turns to go back into the bar and then realizes, like, you're not following him back in. And he's like, oh, right, you meant to the Raiders, right. Okay, let's go take care of that.
Isn't that your job?
He looks over at Imp, and Imp's like, and he's like, oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Brandon, would you prefer a scree? Would that fit better?
A scree?
Yeah, you would go scree like that kind of. Or do you want to caw?
I mean, scree would fit a little better.
Scree.
I'm going to enjoy hearing Ito be this weird bird lizard thing.
Tell me how you want me to do it once, then I'll go with that.
I don't know. We'll work on it.
Okay.
It'll be a work in progress.
Okay. I'll just do. All right. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to not cuss. I'm realizing now how much I cuss.
It's more if you tell people not to cuss. We're gonna cuss.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So
Scree.
we just cuss. If you don't like it, don't listen to us. But please listen to us.
I guess I haven't shot anything in a while. It could be fun. And he kind of stretches. All right, let's go. Do girls want to come, or are you gonna stay here?
Cam?
Kim shrugs. It's probably the most interesting thing that's happened on this planet since 7 other planets blew up. So,
If I get shot, I'm gonna be like,
well, then stay here.
man. But I'm bored if I'm by myself.
You don't have to come
I'll go.
if you're scared.
I'm not scared.
You
Shut
sure?
up.
You sound a little scared.
Cassie walks very quickly after Remi. Proof how not scared she is.
Did Mom ever teach you how to shoot a gun?
I know which end the dangerous end is.
Oh,
Remi,
don't get yourself killed. If you get yourself killed, your mom's gonna kill me.
Yeah, she will. So I guess you better keep me alive.
Remi, you have essentially the equivalent of like a Crown Vic, like speeder. So it's like it's like it's a 5-seater with a reinforced back seat.
I'm guessing. I mean, it's a little old. It's got some years on it, but it's still.
It's got some more heavy. It has a bit of heavier plating on it.
But
I forgot.
those repulsor lifters purr.
Well, especially after the little bit of modification old Cassie's done here on it. Mm-hmm. And he kind of pats the not the steering wheel, because
Not the steering.
The stick, the
speeders
yaw.
don't have. Yeah,
control sync.
that thing. Yeah.
You tap it.
So,
She whispers to.
all right, let's go.
She whispers to Cam, "I changed the coolant once."
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed our podcast, please leave us a review on iTunes. And if you have a comment for the show, you can find us on Facebook at No Match for a Blaster, or on Twitter at No Match Podcast. And No Match for a Blaster is a podcast by Morality Plays. Star Wars Edge of the Empire, Age of Rebellion, and Force and Destiny are made by Fantasy Flight Games and Lucas Books. Our theme is by Kevin McLeod, sound effects by Tristan Logren, Vindis, and Akmov. And I'd like to take a moment to properly credit my amazing players. Playing our Marshal, Remi Drobash, was Brandon. Playing our Mechanic, Cassie Ceryss, was Claire. And our Ace Pilot, Camiya Ceryss, was played by Bobby. Again, thanks for listening, and we hope to catch you next time in a galaxy far, far away.